The Cupbearer and the Baker, Genesis chapter 40. Sometime later, the cupbearer and the baker of the king of Egypt offended their master, the king of Egypt. Pharaoh was angry with his two officials, the chief cupbearer and the chief baker, and put them in custody in the house of the captain of the guard, in the same prison where Joseph was confined. The captain of the guard assigned them to Joseph, and he attended them. After they had been in custody for some time, each of the two men, the cupbearer and the baker of the king of Egypt, who were being held in prison, had a dream the same night, and each dream had a meaning of its own. When Joseph came to them the next morning, he saw that they were dejected. So he asked Pharaoh's officials who were in custody with him in his master's house, "Why do you look so sad today?" "We both had dreams," they answered, "but there is no one to interpret them." Then Joseph said to them, "Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me your dreams." So the chief cupbearer told Joseph his dream. He said to him, "In my dream I saw a vine in front of me, and on the vine were 3 branches. As soon as it budded, it blossomed, and its clusters ripened into grapes. Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes, squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup, and put the cup in his hand." "This is what it means," Joseph said to him. "The 3 branches are 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up your head and restore you to your position. And you will put Pharaoh's cup in his hand, just as you used to do when you were his cupbearer. But when all goes well with you, remember me and show me kindness. Mention me to Pharaoh and get me out of this prison. I was forcibly carried off from the land of the Hebrews, and even here I have done nothing to deserve being put in a dungeon." When the chief baker saw that Joseph had given a favorable interpretation, he said to Joseph, "I too had a dream. On my head were 3 baskets of bread. In the top basket were all kinds of baked goods for Pharaoh, but the birds were eating them out of the basket on my head." "This is what it means," Joseph said. "The 3 baskets are 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift off your head and impale your body on a pole, and the birds will eat away your flesh." Now the 3rd day was Pharaoh's birthday, and he gave a feast for all his officials. He lifted up the heads of the chief cupbearer and the chief baker in the presence of his officials. He restored the chief cupbearer to his position, so that he once again put the cup into Pharaoh's hand. But he impaled the chief baker, just as Joseph had said to them in his interpretation. The chief cupbearer, however, did not remember Joseph. He forgot him. This is the word of the Lord. Thank you for joining us today on BMore with God as we explored the events in Genesis 40. This chapter is filled with moments of deep significance, from Joseph's interactions with Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker to the interpretation of their dreams. It invites us to reflect on our faith in God's timing, our perseverance in trials, and our trust in His plan for our lives. Genesis 40 challenges us to consider the depth of our faith and patience. Joseph's unwavering faith, even while in prison, is a powerful reminder of the importance of trusting God in all circumstances, holding nothing back. His ability to interpret dreams through God's wisdom prompts us to think about how we seek and use our spiritual gifts for God's glory. Furthermore, His story urges us to remain hopeful and faithful, even when we feel forgotten or overlooked, knowing that God is always with us. As we continue our journey through the book of Genesis, let's carry with us the lessons learned and the questions raised, aiming to apply our faith to all aspects of our lives. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated with our series. And join us as we delve deeper into the Bible's timeless teachings. Next time, we'll continue our journey through Genesis, seeking wisdom and guidance from God's Word. If this story stirred something in you, or if you have thoughts and insights you'd like to share, please drop a comment below. Let's foster a community that learns and grows together. Until then, keep striving to be more with God in every moment of your life. May you walk in His grace and peace throughout the week. See you in our next video.